Oh, Zerb, by the way, I was going to bring some skinny margaritas for us to enjoy today. But my ass is already too fat, so I left them at home.
Okay.
Zerb, welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I know you're in the middle of an insane world tour, the Memory Tour, so thank you so much for taking time with us on AD 30.
No problem. Yeah, no problem.
Now, this is the first time we're chatting, so there is a lot to congratulate you on, not only on the world tour, but also the incredible viral smash Mwaki with Sofiya Nzau. That was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm in Italy, and the song is huge here, so it's insane.
That is so incredible. Well, we'll talk about that later. But of course, and congratulations on your first #1 Addicted with the Chainsmokers and Ink.
Let's go. Thank you so much.
So incredible. It went #1 last week when I was on vacation, and it's #1 for the second week in a row on America's Dance 30.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm so happy.
I bet. Now, I can't wait to talk about this song and find out how the smash was born with the Chainsmokers and Ink. But first, let's get to know Zerb a little better with Finky's firsts.
Okay.
Now, I love finding out the origin story of artists. I read that you actually learned multiple instruments as a kid, right?
Yeah. I've been learning since I was a kid, like every instrument that I could learn.
But when you were growing up, was music the first thing you wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be when you grew up?
I've always been obsessed with kind of like everything. I'm obsessed about how things work. So especially, for example, music, I've loved music. So I was like, okay, how I can make music. So that's why I started learning the instruments, learning how to produce, was just curiosity. And that happened with me, like with everything. When I like something, I go into like deep, you know?
I'm the same way. It's annoying. Now, Zerb is a take on your middle name, right?
Yes, my middle name is Zerbini.
Now, when you were trying to decide on an artist's name, was Zerb the first name you decided on, or were there other names you were possibly going to go with?
That's funny because actually Zerb was my nickname on video game. So like when I had a YouTube channel with like a gaming YouTube channel, and I used that name. So when I was about to release my first song, I was like, okay, let's use the same name.
It's a great name.
Yeah, it's a great name. It works.
Now, I read that you fell in love with dance music because of Skrillex and deadmau5. Is that true?
Yes, exactly.
Do you remember the first dance song that made you fall in love with EDM?
I don't remember the first one, but I remember the moment. I remember listening to Skrillex, Bangarang, and I was very curious about how he was making all those sounds. And that's how I got into music production. But when I started producing, I learned that was actually very difficult. So I was like, okay, I know like how to make melodies and all that stuff. And I loved deadmau5 strobe. And that's how I got more into progressive house, progressive music, more melodic stuff. And that's why, like, the path I went.
I can't imagine listening to Skrillex's stuff and trying to pick it apart and figure out how it was made. I mean, the noises are just incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially Scary Monsters. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Now, like I mentioned, you're on your world tour right now, but do you remember the first show you ever played?
Yeah, I remember because it was a scary moment because my friend used to make this huge parties, and I was already producing music and releasing my songs, but I've never played. I didn't have the DJ equipment, so he invited me to play. I was like, okay, but I didn't got the equipment. I didn't have any friends that got like CDJs or anything. So I learned on YouTube and went to the gig only based on YouTube videos.
Oh my God. did it go?
It went pretty good, actually. It worked. It worked.
That is incredible. And what a testament for YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, besides the incredible success of Addicted, you also had the viral smash Mwaki. Do you remember the first time you realized it was going viral?
Yes, I remember because it was a crazy week because it was basically started as a reaction video that a DJ made called Hero. He made a reaction video. We saw that his video was getting a lot of views. So we were like, okay, I need to start posting like a lot. So I started making 3 videos a day. So I had like all my friends helping. And it was like a crazy week where I was like doing all those videos. Everybody was helping. So we were like, okay, what can we do? Let's travel to this place, do this, do that. And everybody was helping and was constantly releasing, like posting 3 videos a day. So it was like a crazy moment.
3 videos a day. My God.
And for someone like me that was not used to making all those videos and kind of like exposing myself that much. Nowadays, like I'm more used to it, but I remember I was like,
I will say, though, this is a good time for it, though, because with the algorithm, you can just post a video of you sitting there and it could gain traction.
Exactly. And that's what happens. Like we travel, we made like a lot of crazy videos, crazy ideas. And the ones that got like most views were just me like in a Uber recording myself. And I wrote a text over it, it got like 20 million views.
Oh my God, that's so frustrating.
It's not frustrating. Like the important thing is just post it, you never know.
You never know. Speaking of which, you guys posted a lot of videos for the lead up of Addicted and afterwards. Do you remember the first time you met the Chainsmokers?
Yes. It was the day we made the song, actually.
Oh, wow. How did it come together like that?
Basically, with all the Mwaki success, we were reaching out to all the DJs that I like. And when we sent them a message, they were like, yeah, we love Mwaki, we love Zerb. Let's get into the studio. So like 2 days after, I was in the studio with them. And I remember like we spent the first, 2 hours to 3 hours just talking about career, personal life, and just like getting to know each other. And then we made Addicted in one session.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, we're going to talk about the song a little more coming up, but finally in Finky's verse, in honor of Addicted going #1 for 2 weeks in a row, what is Zerb's #1 addiction?
I think Dr. Pepper. I don't have Dr. Pepper in Brazil, so when I'm outside Brazil, I'm like, I drink Dr. Pepper.
Making it rain on Zerb. Yeah. That's so awesome. Well, now you should have endorsements from YouTube and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this smash. How long ago did you start working on it with the Chainsmokers?
We worked on the song in January. So it was pretty fast. As I said, like we did the whole song in 1 day. And then I remember like I left the session and Drew sent me a message. That was awesome. And I was like, yeah, that was awesome. And then he called me the next day and he was like, bro, this song is actually really good. I think we should just like get into the studio again. I'll clear my schedule and we can just re-record the whole vocal. So we got like a very clean vocal. And I was like, yeah. So this was like on a Tuesday. On Friday, we did the next session to clean up the vocals. And the song was like done. And I don't know, 1 month later, 1.5 months later, we released the song.
Wow.
It was really, really fast.
That's incredible. Now, was Ink involved from the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning. She was in both of the sessions, writing and recording the vocals.
Well, she did such an amazing job. Now, who wrote that famous line? Did she write that or was it a group effort?
What happened was, that was the craziest part of that session. We made I was in the studio with the Chainsmokers building the whole instrumental. When Ink got into the studio, she basically was like, okay, loop the whole song. I'm going to freestyle. And then she did like a 20-minute freestyle nonstop. And we were like, what? and there was like a lot of very good parts. So basically we started like cutting the parts, and we made a song with all those parts, you know. When she did the skinny margaritas part, we're like, this is so iconic. Like, we got to put this into the song.
That truly is one of the best lines ever in a song. So funny. Now, something I love to find out about songs is how many different V's there are, from when you start working on it, all the tweaking that goes on, to when you finally put it out. Do you know what the final V was of Addicted?
V0.
What? There wasn't a lot of tweaking that went on with it?
We got a lot of like mixing and mastering versions, because we were sending over from my side to their side and changing until we were all happy about the mixing. But the production and the song was in 2 sessions. So maybe V1, V0 to V1, I don't know.
You know, as easy as it went, it's all downhill from here for you. Because normally songs are so tough to get together and get them out.
Yeah, but this is something that I'm learning. I'm starting to get more, how could I say, like more easy about all that stuff, not put it so much pressure into something, because that's something that I learned over the time. Sometimes we spend a lot of time doing small changes that we start to go back to the first version. And I'm really comfortable about my production nowadays, that it's easier, you know, to produce music.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you came up with that, and congratulations on the #1 for 2 weeks in a row. That is so incredible. What's next for Zerb?
We got a new song coming up in the next month. I'm really excited about this song. It's called Memory. It's the song that it's the name of the tour. It's the name of the song. And I'm really excited. It's such a good song.
That's awesome. Can't wait to hear it. Congratulations on the world tour that's going on right now. Zerb, thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30. It's great finally meeting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.